You can type in this chat if you want to talk. Send nudes. They're coming. BK, you actually trade the fractal model, right? Nice. Hot. All right, I'm just gonna. I mean, there's no point in starting with 3 people. Let's move to like 10. There's not gonna be a lot of people that join. Oh, of course, dude. I was just going over this example on Ethereum. Or I just mark this one up. This shit works on anything. So we have just bullish order flow. The weekly candle is bullish. And now this purge is essentially aligned with an expansion candle. Anytime you have this, we leave away from the daily open like this, right? And then we print a IPTA signature that supports continuation, right? This is not a reversal signature. Like consolidation is not a reversal signature. So when we purge the low, it's just AMD, right? But I'll explain this like yes, I was a question on that too. Go in the chat. Maybe it's probably somewhere up here. I don't know. Oh, like this. Think on. Go to EQ. So I would have traded ES for one because it's the stronger asset, showing strength here, right? So you have these signatures supporting continuation where we expand, consolidate. You make this Judas swing lower, right? Um, and yeah, you're right. You could trade this. So you can look here. Yeah, I would have traded ES because there's something to target first up. First off, NQ creates a higher high, right? Like this. But there's a reason why this is gonna get targeted here, right? Because this purge right here, there's really no displacement. We just like mess around right here, just creating like low resistance here, and then we come lower. But this right here can still be targeted, especially with ES, like leaving these equal highs to target later, and then having this SMT right supported by that small opposing run. But anyways, let's see if there was like a trade on ES. Let me back it up here. All right, so this is candle 2. I think I said technically is, right? You open here, you have your CSD there. It's already aligned, right? We have this purge on this low. So technically you have this, but the time is like 7 a.m. Not really something that I would trade, but I mean, technically could trade it, right? Could mark out your standard deviation here. Like target 2 or whatnot, or just leave a runner. Look at these equal highs, bro. They're so clean. Yeah, there's that. Now let's see if there's anything like fractal in here. So look, if you're trading, if you know that low day is established, this is when you can start to look for like 15-minute models, right? Because you look here, go to like 30-minute time frame. You now have a 30-minute fair value gap. You have that signature of expansion met with expansion. Now this after expansion, right? You can get a new phase of price. So we're retracing into a fair value gap. And you don't have to use a 30-minute time frame, right? You can use the 50-minute, right? As you see, we have a 50-minute model. So let's see if it's there. I don't know if it is, right? It is, right? We have our reversal. Now we have the intra candle CSD here, right? So there's multiple entries, like every day, right? You have these equal highs up here, right? This is not a reversal signature, so therefore it gets targeted. But there's a ton of examples, bro. Actually, so let's you, yeah. Yeah, you always want to trade towards something. Once this gets taken out, not so interested personally. So yeah, these two examples here are like pretty good, in my opinion. But yeah, back to the Ethereum. There's this multiple examples here. I don't know why I just like started marking stuff up on this chart here. Um, there's like a 4 hour and 15-minute model here. There's one right here. I'll show you this one. Mm. All right. So again, expansion into an objective, the left, right. This is when you actually get an increase of price. So when price like shows itself and it shows consolidation, then again, that's a continuation signature. When we take out the low, this is just again just manipulation, right? Redistribution. So you can trade this after this close. You can trade the 15-minute open line close. I think that's what was here. Yeah, yeah. Right. So you can just see the accumulation, right? Another way you can see this on like a higher time frame is when you just have an inside bar. This inside bar inside this candle, right? Two candles not really going anywhere after this large expansion candle. You're gonna see it on the 4 hour, but it's obviously pretty easy to see it here. Um, and where's the daily open at? The daily open. I already went over this, right? Did I already go over this? I don't know. Let me back up real quick. Okay, I know I haven't went over this. So again, just like the example up here, notice how we're leaving the daily open again. So see how we make this small opposite run? We expand away. So this supports what? A continuation in New York session, right? So Asia expansion. So when the previous session expands, this is when the next session will probably consolidate. So that's what London does. And you can look for the next session to expand again. That's what we have here, right? You have the 15 minutes. So inside of candle two, you have that nice reversal signature expansion with the CST to confirm it. And then you have the opposing run creating that 4 hour wick. So this is one entry, right? On this retest right here. Your other entry is right here. This intra candles or the ideal swing formation, right? This three candle formation right here. One, two, three. The third candle creates the change state delivery. So you can take that as well. So multiple entries here. You can project this here. But again, after we take out this high, this is when you kind of want to stop. Right? You kind of just want to let it ride. So I wouldn't really chase price after this. And then, we hit -2 and stuff like that. So there's a really clean example. Hopper? Dude, what is the ticker for that? I've never looked at it in my life. Is there a futures chart for that? I want to look at it. Okay, HG1. You actually trade that? HG1. I just want to look at the daily real quick. Interesting. Is it like gappy on the lower time frames? Oh, it's actually not. Okay, kind of cool. All right, what we got here? Nothing here. Hourly. Dude, why did all the markets, I feel like, not all of them, but if you look at Forex too, we don't even create a wick on a lot of the markets. We just expanded lower. Kind of weird. So like one thing you could do, you could have like an hourly fair value gap and use a 15-minute model. I don't know if it's actually here, but let's see. Yeah, like you could. Like one of these candles here, possibly. Yeah, okay, the 1 minute looks pretty gross. Yeah, I personally wouldn't probably trade this, but I think it's valid right here in a minute. Look here. So this being candle two, as you see, freaking gross. Like I don't like these equal highs, but if we're gonna be like objective about it, then you have the chain of stability here, right? Right. Then we come into it, create another CSD, and then you see the opposing candle supporting price. Well, technically valid there, right? That's the thing you could do. You don't have to wait for an hourly close and an hourly for value gap. You could use a 30-minute, 15-minute, right? Here we have a 30-minute. Let's see if it's cleaner. Yeah, I think this is a little bit cleaner. See how this candle here opens up and then creates a CSD. So now the high of this candle is essentially protected by the CSD, so you could put your stop loss a little bit above the open. Okay, here. Yeah, that's not bad. And then I do like how we have this, right? You have the original consolidation, accumulation one, accumulation two, then we manipulate these highs. I just wish there was like, if there's SMT here, I don't know what you would use for SMT. That would make me feel a lot better. But yeah, not bad. Look, and some of these. About 30-minute here. So we got a 30-minute here, maybe. I don't think so. I think it misses us. Ooh, 15-minute looks fire though. Do you see this? So again, we're in an hourly fair value gap. See this here? So this little purge is our reversal point. You see how we get a candle to closure? It's also just a 15-minute fair value gap, you know? You're also trading within a 4-hour expansion candle. That's another thing to note. Very important. So on candle 3, need time frame alignment. Right, we have that. Where's my okay, there it is. All right, and now we expand, we consolidate, we manipulate these little highs. The thing about IPTA, here, I'll just do this real quick. Right, and then you can get in right here, basically. You see, there's literally, I mean, there's models every day. There's trades every day. Right? And again, you have fair swings down here. It's a little another MMXM, right? You have consolidation, horizontal consolidation. What do you call it? Accumulation one, accumulation two, and then you have the normal reversal up here, and then the distribution phases, right? Does that make sense, everybody? So even on the Ethereum, on the example you pointed, you could go down time frame to identify the what were they highlighted. Yeah, so like you can be a little. It depends on your style, but if you watch my little backtest video, like I caught the low of the day with a 15-minute model, but it just takes experience. Like you gotta know that um like it's a high probability area to reverse from. So if you look here, uh, where are we at? Oh yeah, Ethereum, right? So the reason why this would make sense to if you wanted to look for a lower time frame model is because of the context, right? We're not just like gonna use a 15-minute model on every like daily freaking purge or like 4-hour purge or nothing like that. This makes sense, right? Because for one, we expand, right? We consolidate. So just with IPTA alone, when you manipulate, we know that expansion follows next, right? Because we don't reverse from consolidation. That's for one. And we have the daily candle on our side and the weekly candle as an expansion candle. So now, once this kind of closes, now we're just aligning expansion candles at this point. Does that make sense? So you could maybe look for a 15-minute model right here. You see how it every time probably when you have an hourly model at the very low of that hourly low, you're probably gonna have a 15-minute model, to be honest, right? Because the 1 minute has to switch before the 5 minute. You know what I'm saying? So if you look here, you might have a 15-minute model. I would just say it takes more experience to anticipate this stuff. I don't know. So this being candle two, right? What do we have? For one, we have the reversal signature of expansion met with expansion, right? And now how do we know it's expansion? Look at how PD rays are supporting price higher, right? So that's another thing. So this is the opening price, right? If you want to be safe about it, you just wait for this uh, CSD here, right? There could be SMT here too. I don't know, but that would be nice as well. And yeah, you have the model right here, right? And you have another opposing candle. Does that make sense? But if you want to be more safe about it, you just wait for the hourly. It's all up to you. It's literally all up to you.
That makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, no problem.
And do you actually trade the Ethereum?
No, I don't trade Ethereum.
All
I
right.
only
Okay.
trade futures. I trade
Okay.
like
Cool.
gold, uh, DL, and NQ. That's pretty much it.
Cool.
But yeah, it just works on everything, so that's what I'm just marking up. Also, an example on GBP odd. So right here. All right, so let's go to the daily chart. All right, so what's happening right now? Let me also delete this stuff. All right, so what do we have here? We have the previous week expanding into an objective. So this is when we can expect a new phase of price. Now, the phase of price that the market shows us is expansion away with SMT. So these two things, right? This signature and price supports reversal, and obviously SMT supports reversal, right? So we expand and then we consolidate, which is a continuation signature again. And then once we manipulate, again, that's just AMD, right? Manipulation, then we expect distribution to this low. So this is on Wednesday as well. So we have Monday consolidating, Tuesday consolidating, so midweek reversal into these failure swings. So there's the top down, and when you just use the fractal model, right? We have the previous 4-hour candle manipulating. So now we're trying to catch the next candle, right? We're trying to catch the next candle because this is why the fractal model is so good, right? Because this is when we can get actual expansion, right? It's just like um, it's literally IPTA, right? Previous candle manipulates, the next candle expands, right? And only this candle can actually expand lower, right? Look at the body, it's tiny. Why? Because the open is very far away from the reversal point. So yeah, reversal already happened inside of this wick, but the real expansion is gonna follow the next candle because we have that small opposing run, right? If you look at all expansion candles in the market, they have small opposing runs, right? You see that? So when you have this opening price very far away, it doesn't support price um, like expanding in this candle. The next candle will. So when you go to down to the time frames, you want to see that reversal signature, right? Expansion met with expansion. Same thing you saw on the daily time frame, right? You see on any time frame. So when you open up this next candle, it's already aligned, right? So when you get that opposing candle into the key level, and then this, I guess it's like an ideal swing formation, I think, right? Uh, it's just opposing candle as well. So propulsion block, right? You can enter that basically. And what this is, an expansion into a low, consolidation. So now this is also a continuation signature, just like we saw on the daily time frame. It's all fractal. So when we get this, opposing candle, we now anticipate this being the high of the candle to then uh, distribute lower towards these equal lows. So this is another really good example.
So,
But
Garrett, two questions there, right? So,
yeah, right.
first one is the SMT that you're talking of
Yeah.
is any divergence which pulls back, like with a manipulation comes back in as an SMT. That's first. Second question is, I mean, the propulsion block, right? So, which one would actually be a propulsion block? Was it just an order block?
Our propulsion block is an order block that forms off of another order block. You see this order block and how this one comes into this order block, and then we close below this opposing candle. So you see how they're kind of touching each other? I'll show you another example of a propulsion block. Um, let's use this one, right? We have this CSD here. Now, when we close over this candle here, now this becomes a propulsion block because it's a CSD formed off of, or it's an order block formed off of a CSD basically. Here's another one, maybe, I think, yeah, right here, right? Price comes into here, so this would be a propulsion block. Yeah, they're touching each other. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. And the SMT is basically any divergence with a manipulation that comes back in, is it? That's what it is.
Yeah, so like a reversal signature. So basically what SMT is, it's like confirms reversal. It's like a it's just a confluence, right? So we still need the signature of reversal, which is it's always expansion met with expansion. So say this is a reversal point. It's either gonna look multiple ways. So it's gonna look like this. So like we saw on the daily and the 15-minute there, or it's gonna look like this. Here's the reversal point. We expand, but we don't get the phase of price where it's expansion met with expansion. It's consolidation, right? So with consolidation, we would need to see expansion into the consolidation high and expansion away. To see how it's still expansion with expansion, you just would wait for that, right? So this would be AMD for now.
meddig és mit csinál?
Does that make sense?
Yeah, perfect. Thanks for that.
And you can also get, the other IPTA phase is also retracement. Whoops. So retracement is an LR signature where we leave low resistance liquidity, right? So we would need expansion into this and use this as a reversal point, essentially. So I'll show you some more examples here. So first, I want to see, I just saw something. Let's see if there's a model here. Just curious. You see this 15-minute here? Let's look if there's a model here. I think there is. Right, so candle 2 being right here, we have that there. Got this opposing candle. Yeah, so there's another trade here. And this would be a little bit more, what do you call it? If you're using the 15-minute and, you're trading away from like a 4-hour purge or something, this is when you want to look for the fractal model on like the 15-minute or something, right? So when we pull back into some key level, right, 30-minute fair value gap, you can just use the 15-minute model, right? Because we haven't reached the objective yet. So when price is in distribution on its way to an objective when the reversal has already been put in, this is when you can use the lower time frame models, right? So there's a model there too, right? There's two models in this whole two trades in this whole distribution leg, same day. There's plenty of examples. But yeah, I want to show you what I mean by phases of price and how fractal it is. So do you see this? Let's see. We can even look here, like expansion into this high. So what phase of price do we get? Or let me make this a black line. We get consolidation, right? We have an inside bar. So what happens after consolidation? We expand again, right? We can't reverse from consolidation, meaning we can't go like this. We can't reverse down here, right? If it was to come down here and take out the consolidation low, this would be AMD. So basically accumulation, manipulation, distribution. But price doesn't have to manipulate the low to expand. So and then price expands again, right? If you ever want to have a reversal, then what do we need? High resistance created. We need manipulation. Did you see this? See how it manipulates the high? So it expands, more so consolidates with these two candles, and then manipulates the high, and then we can distribute back into the range. And then you see, this is when you see order flow holding, right? You have fair value gap holding, opposing candle supporting price into an objective. right? Which is these equal lows or these failure swings. And then you have
Very.
reverse from here. What do we need? Expansion met with expansion, and then we consolidate again, right? So after expansion, we can either reverse, retrace, or consolidate. This would be a consolidation. Why? Because we have one, two candles inside barring here, and we also have all these failure swings. On a lower time frame, these previous highs are like failure swings. So when we take out the low of the consolidation into this fair value gap, this is just manipulation. It's a continuation signature. All right, so this is why you get once we manipulate the low, we expand away into the fair swings, right? And then you have an opposing candle, right? You see the constant encroachment right here, supporting price. That we expand and we more so consolidate again. So when we manipulate the low and create SMT, right? This is a nice signature to see, right? We form a swing point, and the fourth candle expands, and then we get expansion into these highs up here, right? And if you want to see the weekly profile for this as well, you always want to add that. Right? We have the weekly open. You have Monday, Tuesday manipulating, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday expanding, right? So classic bye week or whatever expansion week, whatever it's called. So yeah, there's all sorts of we're just incorporating profiles of this, but also the phases and price that AM talks about in his section of the course. Very important. Yeah, I hope that makes sense.
No, perfect. That makes sense.
Awesome. All right. Any more questions? Look, the quality of the stream is better on the voice. Really? That's funny. All right. I'm gonna mute some guy. All right. Even I think I answered that right. Metals only been working every few months, but the expansion dates go straight from open. Really? That's crazy. Yeah, I use the 1 minute sometimes. It's mainly in distributions, like away from the high of the day or something. But like, I need like a draw liquidity. Once that's taken out, that's 1 minute. What's the black line and the orange line, please? Oh, black line is just like manipulation of a low or high. And then the orange line is an opposing candle, like an order block. So on this example, so this is when I would use the 15-minute time frame. As soon as we have this new 4-hour open and I'm trading an open high low close and the reversal's already put in, this is when I drop to the 15-minute. But obviously you can enter on the 15-minute for sure. But when we're down here, right, the opposing or the drawn liquidity is not taken yet, you can use the 15-minute models, the 1-minute models. And this is just a 30-minute fair value gap. Right? Doesn't mean you have to use a 30-minute model. That's not true. Right? You have a 15-minute model here. And yeah, these orange lines are just opposing candles supporting price. All right, once we hit an objective and we're distributing away, this is when we expect opposing candles to support price lower. And then you can mark out your little standard deviation too. All right, and it hits the -4 there. But yeah.
And the standard deviation comes off the order block. Is that right?
Yeah, it's like the last manipulation, like pretty much. So if you look here, this is the candle 2. Oops. Let's replay it. So this being candle 2, basically the candle that manipulates, you're gonna mark out basically the swing high from swing low, essentially. So if I was to mark out the manipulation leg over here, it would be very large. So it's almost useless, I'm not gonna lie. But you see how inside of this candle 2, it's just a high to the low? It's just like that, right? So it's just too large in this case, which it doesn't really matter. Sometimes when it's too large like that, it's almost useless, but it's just a projection for targets, honestly. That's really it.
Cool. That's
So
more like
like
a Fib projection, isn't it?
yeah, it's like something to do with like mathematics or something. But yeah, like if you want a partial at -2, you want to align it with something. So you see how it aligns with this low right here. You could partial there, and then the -4. If you're looking for um, your last target, it could be here or here, in this area, and that's where the original consolidation low is at. Way to the left is like 4-hour low or daily low. Probably a silly question, but what's your personal checklist when you first open the charts looking for a trade? I've gone through the course material and I'm having trouble finding examples to mark. Yeah, sure. So I need to have manipulation. I need to trade away from manipulation so I can catch expansion, right? That's what the whole lens course is about. It's about catching expansions. So if let's look here. I don't know. Let's look inside of this daily candle, right? So for one, I'm comfortable longing because we manipulated this low. So I can long either both of these days, right? Because the previous day manipulated. And if we have time frame alignment, as in a 1 hour CSD, then I can look for continuation the rest of the week because this aligns with the classic buy week, right? Into this high. So if I go to the 1 hour charts, right, we see that. Let me just clean this up. So this being the low, here's the SMT. And remember that signature that I was talking about, expansion met with expansion. That is a reversal signature that we want to trade away from. So you have this CSD. We end up sweeping this low here. So look at here. This is uh, Asia session here. You see this manipulation? This is what I'm talking about. This is what more so want to see. I want to see the low today formed inside of a key level or manipulate, right? This is creating the daily wick. And what I also need is that small opposing run supporting expansion. So see how this manipulation here, right, is respecting the upper half of this. It's really respecting every PD, right, to be honest. But yeah, we're just manipulating, right? So I can look to trade away from this when it comes to London session, let's say. Let's use this example. Maybe there's a trade here. I don't know. Right, when I come into London session, because I imagine that no one trades Asian behavior, right? We can maybe trade this model, right? This hourly model because we have the low today established, right? We have a draw on liquidity. Um, yeah, it's pretty clean, right? Here's your candle close. So let's see if there's a model. No, there's not. I don't think, right? Unless I'm blind. Yeah, I don't really see one here, to be honest. About 15 minutes, 30 minutes. Mm, maybe 30. No, never mind. Yeah, there's no model here, which is fine. But yeah, I would be comfortable trading away from this. Does that make sense? Because there's an established low today. Um, maybe there's a model here, right? We have this opposing candle. Price comes into here, prints a reversal candle. But there's not much of a wick, so I kind of doubt there is. But we'll check. Mm, I mean, I don't know about this one. Maybe y'all will take this. I don't really count this as a opposing candle. I'm not gonna lie, because it didn't really come into anything. But if you want to take this one, I would feel a lot better taking this one instead, right? Because we have the reversal signature at the low. You see how it's literally every single time expansion into expansion. So what we have here is expansion, right, into whatever. We expand back into the range, and then we get consolidation, right, which is a continuation signature, meaning we have to take out this low. So if we're going to have an AMD, we need to see expansion into this low. If this is going to be a reversal point, met with expansion. So now we have that reversal signature, right, into this hourly opposing candle. So when you get this close here on the hourly time frame, you open up the next one. Now order flow is aligned here. So you could take this one. I would wait for this one, to be honest, though. I would wait for this one. This one, not so much. At least this one actually trades into a level, like this opposing candle is like a little bit more of a level to me. Yeah, I would trade this one though. So yeah, there's that, right? Trading away from manipulation, right? This is the manipulation right here. This is just the continuation away from the manipulation. So that's just one example there. And let's look at if there's any 15-minute models in here. See, like right here is a possible entry. So notice when I said when we have a low of the day, even right here, bro. Wait, yeah, maybe right here. There's two possibilities. So we had that 5-minute one, but what about the 15-minute ones? There's possible entries here. Hold on. Where the heck is my line at? Here it is. We have this one, and we have this one. Right, they both hit key levels, right? We're already inside this posing candle, and then we also manipulate. We want to trade away from manipulation, right? Expansion and consolidation, manipulation, distribution. So once we're already in distribution, this is a continuation model, right? We haven't even taken out the drawn liquidity. So let's see.
So
Right.
in your
So
last
again,
chart, what were the key levels for those two sort of change in state
what
of
was that?
delivery? No,
What's a
in the
key
last
level?
chart, yeah, no, the key level, yeah, just the
Yeah. What
last
about it?
one that you.
This
So
one,
what
fair
are the
value.
key levels? Yeah.
It's just a key levels are just opposing candles, highs and
All right.
lows, and then fair value gaps. That's it.
I know.
And you can use other stuff as confluence. Like we could say, you know, this inversion happened, right? It's happening inside of an
Ah,
inversion. A couple of
yeah.
people, but this isn't taught in the course, so I'm not going to teach that.
No worries. So
But
any
yeah,
of the PD arrays,
yeah. I think they just teach in the lens. They just teach highs and lows, right, to frame reversals off of. So you see how this reversal is framed off this low, this reversal framed off this low. So it's just manipulation. So manipulation away from lows and highs and lows. And then you have the continuation through fair value gaps and opposing candles, essentially. But anyways, let's check. I think there is a win here possible. So again, we have that. If there's one thing you're gonna learn from the stream, this CSD that you want to see, bro, you see how every single example I'm showing you is this signature of expansion, mouth expansion. It's like that V shape. I think teachers as if you talked about this, right? So you have this in candle two, right? So now we have a propulsion block, and notice how the candle opens and creates the propulsion block, so you can enter this, right? So there's a win right there, right? And then you see how the opposing candles support price. Not very clean, but right, we never create a new low, right? So you could re-enter if you really wanted to. And you could do that entry that T-Trades does where he waits for that candle confirmation inside of a key level. But yeah, here's an entry right here, you know. So there's that. We have the hourly, we have this one as well. And again, this is in distribution on its way to this drawn liquidity. It's important that the drawn liquidity has not been tagged, right? So in continuation is when you can use the 15-minute model. It's going to work best, right? So now let's look here. This is more so a little bit risky because why? You're catching a reversal essentially. But this is stuff that I trade personally. 'Cause, I like to trade this too. Right. So you can see the consolidation, right? So we're basically trading away from the manipulation. Right. So there is no I don't think we can trade this one, right? Because look at the CST, it's extremely far. So this wouldn't be a model, right? The CST is too far. So yeah, no trade there. Unless there's like a 30-minute model. So let's check here, right? You have the 30-minute close. And by that time, there's probably a CSD. So yep. You see how easy this is? You just flip your time frames and then there you go. Like there you go. There's your entry. Right here. And you can see the V shape. This is what we want to see at our reversal. Oh my gosh, dude, I can't do it. right? So inside of candle 2, we have the CSD. Then we get the opposing run into the key level, these two opposing candles, and then we have that chain of state delivery, right?
Mm.
So does that make sense? Multiple examples on pretty much this is one day. Now let's look at the next day.
Perfect.
So again, we'd still be anticipating longs. And when you are trading for a continuation day, we want to open up near like a relevant level, right? If you go to like the 4-hour chart, there might be a fair value gap or something, right? What do we have? An opposing candle on the 4-hour time frame. So you see how the low of the day is created inside of a key level? That's what I want to trade away from.
Mm.
And then you get, right, so it's important that we go open low first. That's ideal. And then we even get an hourly CSD. I don't know what you guys use. Maybe you guys use a 30-minute CSD to catch a low of the day or whatnot. But yeah, you see how we're trading away from this, and this is also created at it's about. Hold on, let me see if there have any SMT here. Curious. So this is a forex pair, so Asia can be low today. That's not a problem. Just curious to see if there's any SMT. I think there is. So 3 o'clock on this asset creates the low of the day, which would be divergence, right? So 3 o'clock. Yeah. So you have SMT here. So that's even better, right? When you have SMT at the low today, because that's a reversal uh, sign, right? So let's look if there's any models inside of here. Alright, so I'm gonna delete this, clean it up a little bit. So we have this candle that creates SMT. What is it also? It's a reversal candle. So let's see if we can catch an expansion inside of this candle. Mm, Okay, so here we are. I think so. Right, we have the candle 2. We already have the chain state delivery. And then you get your intra candle. Wait, I'm tripping. Yeah, sorry, I'm tripping. This is all inside of it. Oh, no, no, no. We open here. Yeah. Okay, we're good. Yeah, you can take this here. I think it might come back to your entry. Let's go to R. I think it might actually come back. Oh, no. You actually hit TP there. So, yeah, there you go. Literally the next day, right? And this is the SMT printed. So, basically, the low of the day is essentially printed in London. It's just SMT, right? So, you have manipulation at the low of the day. So, now you're catching the expansion away. So, there you go. You see how those models, there's like literally models every single day, right? And I think there's another, yeah, on this close here, you create another model, possibly. This manipulation here. Let's see. Okay, no, never mind. It's way too far away. I'm good. I wouldn't trade that. But there could be, nope. Okay, there's a 30-minute possibly. I have a 30-minute close into this opposing candle. So we'll check that. Nope. CSD too far away again. That's fine. But you see the expansion, met with expansion, like signature. But yeah, we'll play this day out and see if there's anything else. So inside of here, you're not gonna have anything on the
When you
hourly.
have that, would you then go down to 1 minute and then trade, or would you just try and stick to like 3 minutes or 5 minutes as much?
Well, you have to stick. You have to wait for a close on either the 15-minute or the 30-minute that supports a lower time frame like reversal. So since the low of the day has already been put in, now it's time to expand. And inside of expansions, we don't expect to retrace much. So this is when we can use like the 15-minute models. So like maybe like let's see what we have here. Maybe this one. You have this reversal candle inside of this fair value gap. You could look here maybe. You have a CSD right here. So we get, okay, I'm not trading that. I'm not going to market execute here. You just don't get filled. All good. But yeah, you see how that works, right? It's the same thing, right? That little V shape that we want to see. This is the CSD, the ideal CSD that you want to see, right? So this candle manipulates, the next
Sorry,
candle
why didn't you
expands.
trade that? It's because it didn't form a wick.
What was that? Yeah, like this is the CSD, right? But I don't get
Yeah.
a retest on it, and I'm not gonna market
Mm.
execute on the close. Like I'm not doing that. It's like the RR is just not there, you know.
Yeah.
We can look if there's any more. It's like 30-minute or something. Don't really see anything. So this is more so expansion. Then we consolidate, right? And we expand again. Wait for any more closes. I don't think we really get any really. We could maybe check this, but again, I don't like this. Reason why I don't like this here, right? It meets the criteria, right? But what are we gonna target? Like this is like it, you know. I would rather have see the difference between like I can enter around the open and still have this to target. If I enter here, it's just not the same, right? I don't have much room here, but we can just check. But again, the CSD is too far away, so I'm not gonna use that one. Even though it does expand, but I wouldn't use it. So I think there's one trade this day. There's two trades this day. Just trading away from daily manipulation. But yeah, we can look at some more examples. I'll cover some questions.
So basically, when you start looking at a close for the CISD on 15 or 30 minutes, and only then you switch down into a lower time frame to then
Wait, can you repeat
see.
that?
So basically, when you start, you look at your change in state of delivery in a or like a manipulation in 15 or 30 minutes, closes, candle closes, and then you go back down and look at a CISD in a lower time frame.
Um, for what, like, hold on. For entry or what? I'm just
For
using
an-
the fractal model basically. Are you talking about for like bias or
no,
what do
no,
you mean?
for entry.
For entry? Yeah, I just use the fractal model. So it's basically have a candle closure where we fail to close underneath the previous candle's low, right? So let me find an example for you. Oh, I'll do this one again. So in this case, it's a bearish example. You see how this candle here, it hits a reversal point, so it hits a swing point high where we expect reversal from, and we also have that failure to close over the previous candle's high. So this right here is like viewed as manipulation or reversal. Those two are the same thing. So when you drop down, we want to trade the next candle. You want to trade expansion away from the reversal. So this candle is viewed as manipulation. The next candle is viewed as distribution. Right. So when I drop down to lower time frames, we have to have a CSD to confirm a reversal. Right. So this is the change of state delivery. Now it was in a buy program. Now it's in a sell program, and we look to catch the next candle, right, distribution. I don't know if you've seen, if you went through the course all the way yet, but yeah, look at the fractal model course. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about here, pretty much.
No, I totally get it. I totally get it. I was just reconfirming, and yeah, I've gone through the
Okay.
course.
Yeah. So that makes sense now. So we always have to have that failure to close after hitting a key level, basically, and then it's just about following the rules about the fractal model. It's just objective rules. And right here, we can see the same thing on the 15-minute time frame. Right? I can use the lower time frame because I'm inside of an intermediate time frame distribution. So when we get this lower time frame fractal model, you see how this candle fails to close over this candle, and then we create an opposing candle. So basically, I'm looking for candle 3 and 4 to distribute towards this low. So when I look internally to here, inside of candle 2, right? I need to have a CSD, right? This has to be aligned already. So by the time I open up candle 3, that's already happened. So we always look to trade candle 3 only, which is this candle here, and candle 4. Those are the only 2 time frames we look to trade. Not time frames, but candles. So yeah, we can trade the opposing candle to support price lower into this low and all the way down here, basically. And we eventually get down there. There.
So candles on the right that you hourly candles there, is it?
What was that?
The candles on the right, are those hourly candles?
Oh, these are 15-minute candles.
Oh,
Right. Yeah, I'm trading a 15-minute model here. You should get this indicator. I think someone can probably share it for you. It's pretty cool. It helps a lot, honestly.
all right.
Yes, can someone share that with them? Or do you do personal mentoring? Oh, no, I don't. Not really. Anyone have that indicator? If not, you can find it in. Pretty sure someone's gonna share it, but uh, yeah, okay. TWX is gonna share it with you. Yeah, apply this indicator. It makes it super easy to identify these models and help you out.
Cool. Thanks for that.
Yeah, no problem. Well, they had some more examples on Ethereum that I had marked out previously. All right, so we already went over. What did we go over here? Oh yeah, look at this one. You see all these little lows? This candle takes out all these little lows, right, on the lower time frame, and we fail to close underneath this candle's low. So we can anticipate this next candle to distribute to this high. So basically manipulation. Now we want to catch the distribution to these high. Look at the hourly time frame, right? It's also aligned. So this is the open of the 4-hour candle, right? It goes open low into this opposing candle. And then we can look to trade the 15-minute time frame, right, to catch the low of this candle to distribute to this high. Now, you can also use the 5-minute as well in the 1 hour, right? You have this candle here being in a reversal candle inside of a PDA, right? You could trade this candle long, but there's no model here, sadly. I'll show you. Right, so we have that reversal signature that we want to see, right? We have expansion. Now with expansion, and we consolidate, we manipulate into a fair value gap, and we expand away again. But the opening of this candle is right here. So technically, you could just market execute. You technically could do that, right? You could just market execute only open and anticipate the low of the next hourly candle to form inside of these opposing candles, right? Because you already have this aligned. Let me just erase this. I think this is part of the model. I don't know if this is valid. I'd have to ask the trades about. I mean, technically, I think you can. Right, you have the propulsion block. Yeah, so there's really no entry after this stuff. This is the only possible entry, but also the 15-minute entry with the 4-hour model. So you see the 4-hour candle opens here. Delete that. So again, this is candle 2. It's right here. So it fails to close underneath that low.
Right.
Right, so we're going to trade this next candle high, right? Manipulation. Here's the retracement into a key level. So now this candle 3's low is formed inside of a key level. And now we're just waiting for a CSD, which is right here. It's also that V shape that we want to see, right? So you can just enter that like that. And you can target this high. That makes
Awesome.
sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's the same thing every time. That's what's so like awesome about it. Once you understand, like once you get better at narrative, that's really the only thing you need to get good at. The model itself, the entry model itself will never change. But just knowing when and where to use it is something that is like a constant improvement. I'll go over this example again. This is a really clean example. Like if I were y'all, I would go and like um, put this on yourself on your charts, and then save it and stuff and journal it, right? Because for one, right, we have the low of the day, right? Open low and then expands away from the open, right? So now we're trading within an expansion candle, right? That's what we want to do. We want to trade expansion, right? So when we come lower and we consolidate, now this shows us, right, a continuation signature, right? Because we cannot reverse from a consolidation, right? We must expand away. So when we take out the low, this is AMD, right? Expansion, accumulation, manipulation, distribution. So if you look at the 4-hour chart, you can see it better. We expand away, and we consolidate, right? We manipulate into a fair value gap. So now we can trade. Uh, Basically, you see this candle here, how it fails to close underneath this low. You can trade this candle into this high. I think it was a 4-hour, 15-minute model. Yeah. So as you see in candle 2, we have the manipulation. We have the chain of state of delivery. So now when this candle opens, the next candle, candle 3 right here, you have that small opposing run supporting expansion, right? Creating that intra-candle CSD when we close over. So you can look to enter here, right, with our stop loss below here. And then you can look to enter again when we get this ideal swing formation, right? That 3-candle formation where candle 3 creates the CSD. This is a continuation model here. And yeah, there's 2 entries right here. You can basically scale in. And this is all MXM pretty much. But you don't even have to know that to trade it. Let's look if there's any fractal models in here. Wait, I don't think there is. Yeah, the CSD is a little too far, isn't it? Yeah, too far away. But if you guys weren't going to use the fractal model, this is a really good trade, right? Because we manipulate this low, and then again, expansion into this low, expansion away. That's a reversal signature. And then we get consolidation, which is also a continuation signature. And we haven't even hit this high. So all those isn't like a fractal model, right? We manipulate this low, and then we get a CST here. So I don't only trade the fractal model, but I trade stuff like this, right? And you get this propulsion block. You then distribute into this high. Oh, that's pretty clean. But yeah, really clean example. I think I got like one more over here. Look, maybe not. I don't think I do. We can keep looking though. Let's see if there's any more questions. Trades that I took. I didn't take any fractal model. I don't think. Did I? So my model, I don't only trade fractal model, but my model is very similar to T-Trade's model, right? Because I pretty much learned a lot of my stuff from him. So um, sometimes it's naturally the same as I would exactly trade. So it's kind of funny. So yeah, when I take it, you know, it's there. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's a really good model, man. I want to see if this is a fractal model here.
Technically, they all seem very similar, don't they? So
Yeah, they are.
yeah.
Oh, what am I looking at here? The heck am I looking at? Oh, I was on the 4-hour chart. The heck? What chart was I on, bro? I was on the hourly chart. Whoops. That was on the 15-minute chart. Oh, yep. We got another one here. Like you have look at this little consolidation up here, right? Go on the hourly chart. You have an opposing candle, right, as your key level. So when you get that reversal candle, creating the low of the day, by the way, right? you can go down here. Right, is it aligned in candle 2? Yes. Notice how every single freaking one, dude, is like that V shape, bro. This is what you want to see as reversal, bro. Like it's all the same. And then we, on a lower time frame, we take out this little low, which I really like. Hold on, let me mark this out. It's essentially fractally. We have this consolidation. You manipulate the consolidation low, and we expand away. So that's the reversal signature. Expand into some little highs over here. We consolidate. We take out this little low on a lower time frame. We look on the 1 minute, right? You see this little low. Again, same signature. Expansion into low, expansion away. But we don't have to see that necessarily. And then you get your CSD here, and you can either enter like this, which you would have got missed. But if you're like AM trades where you just market execute on the CSD creation, you can take this up to here. So pretty cool right there. What we got? What this one? Is this a loss right here? Here it is. Okay, we have our PSD. Now do you get an intra candle PSD? Nope. So that's a loss avoided. Now we have another candle here. See if this one worked. These equal highs. You might have taken a loss right here. So look here. We have a fair value gap, right? Also an opposing candle, but we basically manipulate this high, right? And so we want to trade this candle lower. And so you want to look internally to this candle. We have that nice V-shaped CSD. All right. And now on the open, we create this CSD. So you can either enter on, where's that? This CSD here, or even this opposing candle if you wanted to. It's up to you. Right, because these opposing candles got created from a fair value gap, so they're valid. But you see this, you're probably getting stopped out. Oh yeah, you do get stopped out. Right there. So that's fine. That's a loss. And then you get another dub right here though. Right, so you can just re-enter. Right, this is all, whoops. This is all within the same candle, so you can enter this right here. Right, targeting these low. Just chops. Then you can see the phases of price here, right? We just expand, right? We chop, right? Expand again into an objective. Again, new phase of price, right? So you hit this here for like 2.6 R. You could leave a runner down here. What is this? Oh no, sorry. This is just a. I thought this was like a low. This is an order block. We're gonna target this low. Look at these equal lows. This is very nice. We target that. So a loss and a win there. But yeah, it's the same thing every time. Pretty cool.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. I know. Why is Ethereum so clean? Like, what the hell is going on here? Pretty wild. Let's look. Let's look for some like OSOCs, you know? So we have here expansion into an objective, right? High, and then we get this reversal candle. So we'd be trading the following days here into all of these failure swings. So let's check the hourly here. See how clean this is. All right, so here's your CSD. We more so consolidate. So again, it's expansion, met with expansion into a low. What phase of price do we get? Because we don't actually know until it's forming, right? These signatures and price have signatures, right? So this is obviously a consolidation after we expand, right? So what is consolidation? I've already said it like a bunch of times, but it's a continuation signature. So when we manipulate, this is just AMD, right? We expect to expand back to the lows. And this is the ideal scenario where we actually have an AMD because you want to trade away from manipulation. And price doesn't have to manipulate, by the way, once we consolidate. It doesn't have to do that. But we get that. And this would be the ideal entry right here, dude. It would be this opposing candle, but you don't get tested here. Um, so that sucks if you're looking for an OSOC. But you do get this. You do get a bunch of opposing candles, right? So what happened the previous day, right? It manipulated. So what do we expect the next day to do? Expand. So this is when you expect like actual a real expansion day. You know what I'm saying? Is when manipulation has occurred. See how all these opposing candles support each other? And ideally, you want to go to like a higher time frame and use the actual bodies. These are some of these are like small bodies. It's not really that clean, but yeah, you get it right. So these are all tradable as well. And then again, we expand. What phase of price do we get? Consolidation, which is what? A continuation signature. So when we manipulate the highs, because we're already expecting continuation lower, right? Because of what we have on the higher time frame, right? We manipulate, and now we're displacing back in the range, right? So expansion met with expansion. You have all these failure swings. So we're already expecting high, low close. So once we get consolidation, that supports the continuation idea pretty much. So once you have this manipulation creating the high of the day, right? You get this chain state delivery. That could also be another OSOC opportunity. But if you don't get tagged again, let's just look. I just want to like check here. Using a 30-minute, it's extremely clean. And again, expansion met with expansion. I'm telling y'all, dude, every time. The best type of CSD. You can see all of these panels supporting each other. And we can actually check something real quick.
So how is OSOP different from your fractal model? It all seems very similar.
So yeah, it actually is the same. It's just entering on a higher time frame. So you're framing your candle like 1, 2, and 3 on the daily time frame, and your entry is on the hourly, pretty much. That's
All
it.
right.
So you're catching like the weekly range, basically.
Yeah.
Lower time frame stuff is more of like a scalp intraday. That's all. But anyways, let's check this. So we could anticipate this being the high of the day because it manipulated, and we have a chain state delivery. It also happened in the London session. So when we get this candle 2 closure here, we can anticipate displacement away. This is the fair value gap, right? The key level. So can I go to the 3-minute here? Yes. All right. So ideally, we don't make this run here. You see how we're kind of like displacing through the EQ of this candle, but it's important that we get expansion away. So all this is expansion met expansion. And this is where you want to see SMT, like ideally. So I just want to check that real quick. I feel like there might be SMT here. Yep, there is. Boom. So it's valid, right? Now you have SMT. So you have SMT, right? And the reversal signature backing that up. So this is very nice. Let me just see all this stuff real quick.
So in this case, you're actually comparing the S&P with Bitcoin.
Bitcoin?
Right?
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, it's SMT is like the crack and correlation between two correlated assets. So you see how we made a lower low here? We didn't take out this high. but on Bitcoin we did. Yeah, we took out this high.
Yeah.
So all that means is right. That's a divergence, and this means that Ethereum is actually weaker. So because it failed to take out the high, right? So it was weaker, too weak to do so. So when we get that, and we get the reversal signature, right? Now those two things are aligned, right? It's already inside of a key level. So you want to look at SMT inside of a key level because this is where we already expect the market to, reverse from. But anyways, you could take this, right, on the creation of it. If you again, I don't know why this keeps running without getting a retest, but if you were looking for a retest, you get missed. That's just the sacrifice you make if you're waiting for just a little bit more RR. But if you don't want to be greedy, then you just take this and take it all the way down here. You might as well just take it there because if you're targeting this very low, we expect to get created, look at the equal lows, perfect equal lows. Then you might as well just take this trade on the open. It gives you 2.6 R, which is enough. So there's that. I also wanted to see this next 30-minute candle. There's also another opportunity on the 30-minute possibly. So you see this right here inside of these opposing candles. I just want to see if there's this model here. Nope. It just pretty much expands. Maybe Bitcoin has it. I would assume there's SMT here because like this doesn't look like a reversal signature. Yeah, so you see the SMT?
Yeah.
Yeah. But Bitcoin doesn't have the model either, which is fine. But yeah, those are some OSOX opportunities. Really, all the only like entries there really is, bro, is like these ones. This one you get left behind. It's still valid, right? But you just don't get an entry. And then this is the hourly CSD here, which I think you get left behind too, unless you mark XU right there. But yeah. Didn't even look. Wait, hold on. Does it keep expanding? Yep. Look again, bro. Expansion, consolidation, expansion again. Into the objective. Now we're done trading. We just wait till the next day because, yeah. Let's look at some more examples possibly. All right. Look here. Okay, so we have Monday right here. The previous week hit this external high. So again, if this is going to be a reversal, we need to see the signature of reversal, which is expansion with expansion. And you're going to see it on lower time frame probably. But what is important here is the weekly profile supports expansion because if I go to the weekly chart here, I'm just going to go to the 4-hour, show you. Look at the small opposing run that we have that supports expansion. So that's important, right? So what we have here, again, you can see the same thing, expansion with expansion. You can trade that. But we're going to look at the hourly chart here. So what we need inside of candle 2, which is this candle, is that chain of state of delivery. And again, after expand, we consolidate. Not really anything clean here though. I guess you could say this was not bad. But you retest. We should expand again. I like this a lot more though. So again, we expand again, we consolidate, we manipulate. This is what we want to see if we're going to trade away from a consolidation. And then we get that opposing candle. What the heck? I didn't mean to click that. This is a bit cleaner if you wanted to swing trade this one into like these lows or something. Because now you have a protected high here. And then price just gets messy again, right? And then we open up a new candle. And then once we open up, what do we see? Price is already aligned, bearish. So we anticipate this daily candle's high to be created inside of these opposing candles, basically. So you can just enter off there if you're gonna be a swing trader, right? This candle here took out this high. These opposing candles manipulated this high, right? So you could take that, right? And then you have the propulsion block as well. A little ugly, but yeah. Into this low. So it's all the same. It is all the same. Different time frames. But when you can blend them all together, you'll have better results. For sure. Yeah, any more questions? What's things you need to see before handle 2 closure? Oh, you need a CFD. You need to trade it into a reversal point, right? Because a candle 2 closure is just manipulation, right? So we need to trade it into a reversal point to even have manipulation, really, to distribute away from. But yeah, and then you just follow the criteria. So like here, for example, you see how we expanded to this reversal point, which is a swing point higher low. We have the candle 2. So now what do we need? Just follow the simple rules. Does candle 2 have a reversal already? Let's check. Right? Internally, yes, it does have a CSD. So then we can look for entries here inside of this candle here, right? But what that would really require is, at least I think, BK, correct me if I'm wrong, can you just enter already if it's as a CSD? Am I tripping? I don't think you can, right? I don't recommend doing that. But, oh, okay. So you see candle 2 here? You see how it has a CSD? Can you just enter on candle 2 right away? Or would you need an enter candle CSD? So like this chain state delivery. You need that, right? Whoops. Yeah, you need, okay, yeah. Also, you could technically, right, correct me if I'm wrong, but you could do the candle entry technique where you see how have this closure inside of the key level. You know what I'm saying? Can't you technically enter this? It's just a lot more risky. Hold on. You know how he does this? He'll enter like this. Null target lower. Can you technically do that before this CSD or no? I don't know. I kind of forgot. You might have to check up with the key trade on that one. Draw, stop loss time, use in line. Yeah. The important thing is the invalidation NR. Okay. Yeah, true. Yeah, I would, if I was y'all though, my advice would just be to wait for that DSD inside of candle 2. It's just gonna be better. So this is that CSD inside candle 2, right? None of this is valid because this is the CSD that would need to be created. But since we create a new high, this now becomes the CSD. And as you see, it gets created inside of here. And then this is why candle 3 distributes lower. That makes sense. Let's look at like something else. Like what are let's look at like let's look at NG. It's like a gas, natural gas.
I know BK was highlighting if you could review some of the trades that you took this week or something like that.
Oh yeah, I didn't take any fractal model setups. I don't think. I can't remember what I took. If there were fractal model setups, so yeah, I don't think I did, bro. To be honest. But we'll check if there's anything here. equal highs. Looks kind of gross here. Yeah, I wouldn't trade any of this once we reach this strong liquidity. I'll look for the next day. All right, let's check inside of here. Time is it? 7 o'clock. I can't check SMT if it's there. That's the only freaking problem. Okay. I'm gonna look here, right? Because here we manipulate some highs, and then we get this CSD. I'd probably be comfortable trading away from this. So then this is where I would look for a model. So we're just gonna look here. So we get our reversal candle from this opposing candle. Okay, we're not gonna look at this. This is like so gappy on the 1 minute. Okay, we're waiting for the CSD. Technically, you could probably enter here, right? Because I'm not counting this little freaking candle as a CSD. It's literally consolidation. So when we come back up, manipulate a high, and then get this CSD, I would enter this now. But the candle's already closed, so I don't think it's valid. And I can't even tell what's going on. It's too gappy. We're not going to look at this market. At least for the 1 minute. Can I go to 5 minute? Or not? Kind of ugly. No, it's fine. This is ugly. This is a really ugly week. Let's look at these.
That's always a pretty choppy market. Maybe crude.
Yeah, it's extremely choppy. About this. I don't think so. I want to trade this shit. Yeah, so you see this reversal here? It's technically a reversal, but do you see how it's not the expansion met with expansion that I personally want to see? This is how I just filter out shit. Yeah, like personally, I don't trade this. We can look here though. I know I said I wasn't gonna use the 1 minute, but this looks kind of clean. So you see these highs right here? You manipulate these highs, right? And you have all this low resistance liquidity to target. So I would want to see if there's a model inside of here, maybe. Technically there is, right? It's so hard to see, like, is this the CSD? Probably. Right, and then the candle opens here, make it high, this opposing candle. Right, I guess this would be the chain state delivery. You'd have to market execute this, but is the RR still good? You can market execute only if the RR is like fine, which I think it is. It's fine. Yeah, like 3.4, that's fine. That's not bad there. All right, but let's get off this market. It's too choppy. It's too like gappy and stuff. 1 minutes. Look at. I'm gonna delete this off my thing. Go back to copper. Is this viewable in the 1 minute? Not terrible. I still got gold. I can review gold, by the way. Last week it was kind of clean. All right, so we expand, we consolidate, right? We consolidate after hitting this high, and no, there's nothing to the left. Okay, that was just it. Right after expansion, we just consolidate. We must expand again, right after consolidation. That's what we do. But this expansion creates SMT. Where's my line? Right, and then what's the reversal signature? Right, expansion met with expansion. That's what we get. It's often like a V shape or like a BPR a lot of times, right? Once we expand, we consolidate again, and then we expand again, right? So we also have that weekly profile where we have Monday consolidation, Tuesday taking out Monday's high, and then Wednesday we expand into like premium discount of this range. And after this large expansion like this, you can't really expect the next day to match that expansion. It never happens. If you look at most days, after a large range day, we either consolidate or trade back into the previous day's range. See, after this expansion, we have a choppy day. After this large expansion, small range day. After this expansion, small range day. So, yeah, that's what we kind of do. We trade back into the range this day. Sorry about this dog. So if we're gonna look to trade this day, we would need a CSD first off, because we're gonna trade back into a range on the daily. You need a daily CSD, or sorry, an hourly CSD. So you can only really trade once this is free. Um, double check any models. I see a possible 15-minute model. So we have right expansion into this high. What phase of price do we get? We get consolidation. We manipulate the low. So again, A and B. Have the hourly aligned with that CSD. So we'll just check inside of here. This looks disgusting. So I think it's a loss. Yeah, pretty much a loss. So look here. We have this chain state delivery, right? We have, whoops, where's that? Here. Now we have this next kind of opening, open low, and now we create that next CSD. So that would be your entry, and that's just a loss. So it's fine. And you wouldn't trade the next candle. So that's a loss there. All good. Check. There's no hourly model here. Possible 30-minute though. See here, this candle here. It's this level here. Let's see what we got. Very choppy. I would wait for this here. Here we purge this low. I don't like this candle here. It's kind of throwing me off. But technically, like the CST here, I really don't like. I don't like this at all. See how we failed to close over twice? Right? T-Trade talks about this multiple times. If you watch his streams and stuff, this is not a clean CST that you want to trade, and that's why this results in a loss essentially. Because I think you would take it. You have an option here to take it on this for your stop loss here. But this is not a propulsion block. Why? Because we never closed over it and then created the down close candle. This was created before we CSD'd. So really your invalidation is here. You'd trade it like this. But I would just personally wait, bro, until this. You purge this low. And then we create a CSD. I'll take this. So either you take this, you have to put your stop loss down here, right? Because this is the protected low, right? This is the manipulation. Where is it at? Right? These opposing candles, right, manipulated, and then we closed over it here, right? So this candle didn't do anything, this opposing candle. But these opposing candles, right, they also manipulate. So you can trade this, right, off right here, your stop loss down here. And then you can see the expansion. It's a little ugly, but yeah, it's technically valid. So on the 15-minute, there's a loss, but on the 30-minute, there's a win. So it's really up to, you on what time frames you want to use. But this to me is just like ugly. I wouldn't. This is a counter trend almost, to be honest. I wouldn't really take this. Win or loss. I would look for something over here. Try to catch that expansion.
Just
So
out
let's
of
see if there's a model
curiosity,
here.
just a quick question.
What's up? Yeah,
Would you actually trade it like the say the NQ or the ES yesterday after the counter trend, after the trend and the counter trend, or just let alone the counter trend, because there's more to be made in the actual trend rather than.
Yesterday? What do you mean counter trend yesterday? I think it was all pro trend, right?
That was a
Right,
that was
so
the trend, isn't it? I mean, there was a downward move, and then there was a counter
well,
after that.
are you saying this as a downtrend?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
not
not downtrends.
okay.
That's not
Fine.
downtrend. That's just creating the low of the day. I'm gonna show you.
Oh, fine.
So what we have on right, so we expand the previous day and then we consolidate, right? So consolidation is again a continuation signature. So when we just manipulate and create SMT, right? This is just a reversal pretty much. It's just manipulation, just creating the daily wick as you see here, that small opposing run. So what we want to have, right, with this SMT is that expansion met with expansion. That's what we have. And then inside of expansions, right, we have this order flow here. We have this fair value gap that's holding. So this is when I showed there's a fractal model here, right, inside of this key level. Expand, we consolidate more so, and then we manipulate, create higher resistance, where we take out this little low. You could trade this 15-minute model here. And also, another key thing is you have these little equal highs, but 8:30 makes an opposing run to the draw. Right? That's a good thing when you're bullish, right? Uh, that's always what you want to see, especially when we close over in that and create a time-based like CSD almost. So here, right? Let me just bar replay it. Right, this is candle 2. You want to trade candle 3. You get those opposing candles down, and then we create that CSD. So you see how it's the same thing here? You just enter right there. And then you can catch the expansion towards these equal highs, right? Yeah, this is not a reversal signature, right? The high of the day wouldn't leave these highs behind, right? So
Right.
this would just be viewed as like manipulation pretty much. And then especially with the SMT at the
Makes
lows.
sense. Cool.
Yeah. I think there's some model here. Is it 30-minute? Yeah, maybe a 30-minute. Let's check. This is a bit riskier. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So this is a 30-minute model, but the reason why it's a little bit riskier is because you're catching the low of the day when it's technically not confirmed because we don't have a CSD. You know what I'm saying? So you're really banking on, and I'll tell you why this is good. It's because what the previous 4-hour candle did. So the previous 4-hour candle created SMT and hit this fair value gap on NQ. This might be a little bit advanced. This is not really taught necessarily, but this is how I trade essentially. So I'm always trading within expansion candles. So this previous candle hit a reversal point, a fair value gap. So I want the next candle to expand, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm going to use this candle's low as a reversal point, and I want to see a small opposing run supporting expansion away from the objective or the reversal point, as in this fair value gap, right? So when I have that paired with SMT, you can essentially trade that, right? Before, you get like a 15-minute CAC to confirm like a daily profile. But again, I'm not going to really teach that because it's not taught in the lens. That's something more so my approach. But this is technically the fractal model, right? We have expansion, consolidation, manipulation, and then we distribute away. So when you open up candle 3, it creates this opposing candle to then enter on, right? So you have basically just, order flow just supporting itself, right, with opposing candles. You can enter something like this, pretty much.
So, so that makes sense. So you're looking at SMT on the 4-hour on that one.
Yep. So there's a 4-hour. This little low is basically a 4-hour fair value gap on ES,
Yeah.
sorry, on NQ, but it gets taken. I'll show you.
Yeah, I did
You see
notice
this
that.
right here? Yeah, there's an SMT here. And yeah, like I said, it's a little bit riskier, but when you have that opening price with a 4-hour candle on your side, that's literally the only reason why I would take this candle, because I'm not gonna fade. I'm not gonna fade this 4-hour candle. Meaning, you see how this candle cannot be it can't be a bullish expansion candle because of how far it traded away. Does that make sense or no?
Yeah.
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 So
No.
yeah, it can never be an expansion candle because if you look at expansion candles, they have small wicks, right? I
Yeah.
want to trade a bullish expansion candle away from the S&P and the 4-hour candle. So I'm going to look for the next candle to possibly create that. So what we have is opposing run, and I have a lower time frame CSD, basically an early confirmation, right? Because I'm not going to use, first of all, I'm not going to use this CSD way up here. It's just way too large. This is technically a CSD, but you can like a 5 minute or something, right? You have this
Yeah. I
five
think
minute. I mean,
exactly
yeah, the
what I was
5 minute
after.
here is literally the 3 minute CSD. It's the same thing, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's a 30-minute model, and it makes a lot of sense. But it's a lot more advanced, I'd say. I guess. Like, yeah,
So, so Garrett, right, this is exactly what I was just checking, and I posted. You were having a look at it. So I
uh-huh,
went in one time frame beneath the other.
yeah,
Obviously, the red candle was really big, so which meant that I can't use that as the order block, but instead
yeah,
further down to 3 minutes or 1 minute to actually find the order block, and then I could trade the expansion.
yep. You can always go like, 1 minute or sorry, one time frame lower, so refine it down. You can always do that.
No, I don't think I found anything in 30. Then I had to go down 15. No, and then it was only 3 or 1 that literally had some order blocks there.
Yeah. But yeah, the only reason that's valid, I would say, is because of the new open. That's really the only reason, because then expansion can actually occur, right? You
Yeah.
see the 5 minute CST here,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's just an AMD pretty much. But it was like actually really clean this day. But as soon as this gets taken out, I'm personally not interested. Like as soon as we take out this draw on liquidity, I don't like to chase price. That's just not my thing. Because then we're at all-time highs again. And I'm like, what do I target? But I wonder if there's any models here. Nothing here. 30 minutes. Maybe here. Let's check. Oh, dang. That's pretty clean. So we have this 30-minute clear to close here, right? As you see, we're going to look to trade this candle. And so we want to see if we already have a CSD. Yeah, we do. And then this candle, the opening price, it shoots up, creating a propulsion block. So when price comes back, you can trade this higher. There you go. That's kind of
I
crazy.
guess you could even trade that CISD, right? Well, do you need to?
This one?
Yeah, no, the one before that.
Oh no, you
Yeah, that
can't.
one. No, not that.
Because this is this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can trade this one. Yeah, that's what I was marking out. Yeah, you can trade this one because this on the open of the new candle that we're looking to trade higher, it creates another, you know, uh, key area or whatever, or like opposing candle, set of opposing candles, right? If this is the CSD, and now we're just creating another OB to trade off of. And like you could technically trade this one, but T-Trades always says like you don't want to trade high up in the candle. I'd rather wait for the retracement because it's
Mm,
closer to the open. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But here is AM. It's not AMD. Sorry, it's just a IPTA again, right? We expand into this objective here, and then we consolidate. And then what are we waiting for to expand again? The opening price of a new candle, right? So we have basically expansion, right? In this candle, the next candle consolidates. You can see it, and then the next candle expands, right? This is IPTA. We can't reverse from consolidation. We have to expand, and then we have this little manipulation of this low here. And you have the CSD, but that's not the model, technically. But maybe there's 15-minute model. Oh, there is. Let's see. Mm, dang, I think this is valid, bro. Yeah, this is. So look here. So with that being said, where we can't reverse from consolidation, what we have here is a reversal candle on the 50-minute time frame. So we expect to attack these equal highs here. We're also inside of a valley gap. And so again, consolidation, manipulation. We have to have this opposing set of candles. And what this is the intra-candle CSD, where not basically the first candle doesn't create the CSD. The second candle doesn't create the CSD. The third candle does. So you can just enter off this right here. You have to put your stop loss at the low, and then there's another opportunity here. We create another opposing candle inside of the CSD, and then we close over it, and you can enter that as well. And then you can project this for targets. Since there's nothing to the left to target, you would just target -2 and the -4, essentially. Basically just this area. Here and here. So this is for GP. You can leave a runner to the -4. Let's see if it gets there. You can also trail your stop loss. So when you create like intermediate term lows where we take out short term lows, create high resistance, and then CSD, you can move your stop loss to here, and then here, etc. That's up to you though. And there you go. You would just take your full position off right there. Yeah, there's a couple of models yesterday. Yeah, I trade a variation as well. But yeah, I can find like plenty of examples of like the model. Pretty easy. Very good model. Is there always a backtesting stream like this? No. I'm just doing it. This is
Really
actually my
appreciate
first time ever doing it. Yeah, no problem.
appreciate it. Thank you very much for that.
Of course.
Pretty
I
useful.
think it's being recorded too, so I'll upload. Well, I can't upload it actually. We'll just post it in the Fract chat. So, but yeah, if there's no more questions, then I'll probably hop off.
So
And then yeah, we'll in the chat.
variation that you trade, Garrett, is that very similar?
Yeah, it's actually very similar. So basically, I'm trading IPTA. So when I'm saying like consolidation, manipulation, like the phases in price, right? Then I'm matching with opening prices. So it's literally T-Trade's model, essentially, but I don't require everything. Like I don't require all of his rules, essentially. That's really it. Like I just have a couple of different rules, but that's it. But I'm still aligning expansion candles like he does. Like literally a lot of the same things. And sometimes like my entry will be exactly T-Trade's model just by, coincidence or whatever. But yeah. Do you use fractal model every day? I don't, but I do trade it. Like I think last week, not last week, but the week before, I traded like two. I want to show you guys if I could find it. Show you a really nice example.
And did you say EBTA model? ABTA, is it? EBTA?
It's IPTA cycles. It's basically the phases in price. So like expansion, you should really learn about it. It's like probably one of the most important concepts to learn. I can make a video on it. First, I need to find where my entry was. This is gonna be hard, dude, because I actually don't know. Maybe it was like in here somewhere, man. I have to go on my Twitter. Let me go on my Twitter. I'll just scroll back.
So Garrett, you mean like expansion, distribution, consolidation, and
retracement. Yep, it's that pretty much. And where the heck was this at, man? All right, I'm gonna find it. Hold on. Uh, was it this? Nope, wasn't that. Oh, I have an RB breakdown I could do. When is this? November 31st. Let's go look at that real quick. Frick, dude. November 31st. Wait, November, what? No, it can't be. Oh, it's October 31st. Okay. All right, it was this day. Looks like. All right, so essentially, why I was bullish today? Well, we expand it into this low, and we create this swing point, right? So it's basically expansion met with expansion. So my target would be this high. That's what I'm trading towards. And if I go to the lower time frames, right, the low of the day is created in London session. It's very ugly and choppy, to be honest. But what we have here, I think we have some SMT. Hold on, if I remember. Wait, where is this low at? So this is 9 o'clock low. Yeah, okay. So this is SMT here. So basically, I'm trading a New York. Oh, wait, is this it, bro? Let me find it. I think it's actually earlier in the day. Oh, it's actually right here. I'm capping. There's SMT somewhere there. Hold on. I think it's right here. Mm, 8 o'clock. Okay, here it is. Okay, so I'm technically trading the weaker asset, where I'm trading the weaker asset, creating the lower low. But I'm gonna show you why. Okay, so first off, like I said, I showed you the daily swing point, but now I have the low of the day, right, in London session. So I'm looking for expansion um, in New York, continued expansion, right? This is just like essentially redistribution. And what this is doing right here, what we have is basically a swing formation on the 4 hour chart, right? So I'm expecting the next 4 hour candle to distribute, right? If I drop down to the fractal model, you're gonna see it here. Right? So we expansion into the low, right? We just consolidate really, an expansion into this low, and then expansion away. Do you see this is the signature I want to see? So I enter here. Sorry, I don't enter here. I enter right here. Right? We have this opposing candle. So expansion, consolidation, and again expansion. So I'm entering here, then I add one right here. And then my full TPs are here. It's really simple. It's just a scalp, right? Uh, and you look at this sell side of the curve. What are we doing? Disrespecting fair value gaps, using them as supports. You see that? And this is my full TP here. So I entered with like one contract here, another right here, or like two right here, and another one right here, and I exit them all right here. This is a nice scalp. So there's that one. Literally, like you can find a setup almost every day if you're trading away from manipulation. What was my? I'll show you the gold one. That's really fire. Okay, here it is. When was this, man? 25th of November, I think. Going gold. And now I'm probably getting into stream. I think it was this day, maybe. Let me check here. Yep, that's it, I think. Yep, okay, this is it. All right, so let's break down this day. Let me delete all this stuff. All right, so first, let's pull up our correlated asset. So remember when I said when we get this consolidation, really, we're looking for expansion. And also, let's look at the weekly profile. Right, Monday. Oh, whoops. Is it going to switch? Okay, there we go. So look at the deviation away from the opening price. Right? Notice how it's smaller. It supports expansion. See the deviation away from uh, the open is larger from the top side than the lower side. And what do we have below the weekly open? Is a fair value gap. So when we form a swing point, right, and we have Wednesday low of the week, right, what do we expect Thursday and Friday to do? Right, expand. So with just this swing point here, I'm expecting the next day to expand. And I think there's like some SMT here. Let's just pull up silver. All right. You all see this SMT here? So your low today is created in London session, but also I wanted you to look at this as well. So remember that expansion, now with expansion, what do we do after that? We just consolidate between this range. So when we manipulate this low and we get that reversal signature of expansion, mode expansion with SMT, right? This tells me that we're ready to distribute right to this high and this high rate. So this is not just it's a bunch of stuff, but yeah, I don't know. It just comes with a little bit of experience, but I think I traded something in here with a 30-minute. I believe it was like something right here. Let's check. I'm trading towards this high. It was a 30-minute model. Yep. So we have this candle right here digging into this is a fair value gap, by the way, this low. And then again, we have that signature of expansion, mouth expansion. Right. So do we have a CSD prior to this open price? Yes, we do. So when we create this opposing run into the CSD right here, I can look to enter here. I can project targets, right? And there you go. There's a -4. So that was my trade essentially. Very simple. We can even check if there's more trades this day. I traded like a bunch of stuff this day, so I probably missed some stuff here. Let's check. You want to be risky? Catch the low of the day. Nah, I'm not trading this too low. Technically there is an entry, but unless there's SMT here at these lows, that's the only way I would trade this. And there is SMT at these lows, so you could trade it technically. Also this one too. I like this on silver. Look here. Look at this. So same model, right? But we create the lower low, right? On what do you call it? Silver. So this candle creates the reversal candle. So I'm looking to trade these next candles higher. So it's essentially the same logic. Like I want longs, but this is just the weaker and the lagging asset. Right. This would be the CSD here. You have a CSD in candle 2. So now you want that posing run, creating that wick of this candle, and there you go. Right, you can just mark X right here. And yeah, you probably get a decent expansion. There you go. Very nice. You probably project it like I'll just project this all. Yeah. But yeah, that was that gold trade. But I haven't really I think I maybe took one, but I can't remember. It was probably like a fractal one, so I couldn't remember what 15-minute time frame it was, bro. On what asset or where. I cannot remember that. But yeah, I'll probably end the stream here, guys. Hopefully this helped though. Maybe we can probably upload it in Fractal, but other than that, I don't think he'll upload this in the lens. He might. I don't know if we post it to him. But yeah, let me see if there's any more questions. I don't think there is. I think that two trade doesn't teach much. Do you? Oh, I already answered that. All right. Yeah, I'll catch y'all later, guys. Y'all have a good one.
Thanks very much.